Hey guys, welcome to lesson 3, recognizing social engineering. Hey guys, welcome to this session, lesson 3, and this one is on recognizing social engineering. So it is important that there is awareness to protect you from these scammers who are being very successful at getting people to do what they want them to do unknowingly. So let's talk about some of the characteristics of social engineering. Messages are designated to attract the user's attention and to stimulate curiosity by providing a few pieces of information on a specific topic. Then the victim is led to visit a specific website to learn more. Just one example of social engineering. Phishing email messages often have a deceptive subject line to deceive the recipient in believing that the email has come from a trusted source. Attackers used a forged sender's address or a spoofed identity of the organization. They usually copy content such as text messages, or they will use the logo from a brand that you are very familiar with or business you are familiar with to gain your trust. Just some of the characteristics of social engineering. So let's go back to what the definition of social engineering is. Social engineering is when someone deceives someone else into revealing information that can be exploited and used against them. Some of the other characteristics of social engineering, phishing messages aimed at gathering a user's information can convey a sense of urgency. They're like, you must respond right now, or respond within 24 hours, or respond within 2 hours, or something will happen. This is an attempt to trick the victim into disclosing sensitive data in order to resolve a situation that could get worse without the victim doing that action as being requested. So, types of social engineering attacks, we talked about phishing, business email compromise, pretexting, vishing, and smishing. And of course, the vishing is phone calls, and the SMS attack is text messaging. So, here's some ways to spot social engineering. They use fear as a motivator. So if someone's sending you an email or providing a message that says that you have been hacked, or you have malware on your computer and you must press a link, or you must call a number, those are signs. Suspicious emails or texts that include urgent requests for personal information, such that you will not lose your benefits or lose your paycheck if you don't return the call to that number. Some of the offers are too good to be true, right? No one is going to send you an email or call you and give you $10,000 just for responding. No one's going to give you a job making $100,000 more than what you're previously making just by calling them back. Those things don't happen. Similarly, when you get those free offers, like claim your free $100 gift card, those are typically signs of social engineering. So let's talk about business email compromise. It's growing very quickly. So the business email compromise, or the BEC, is a fast growing type of phishing scam in which fraudsters impersonate a company's owner or executive to trick employees of the firm into transferring money or turning over confidential data. It's also called the CEO fraud. So what happens is a person or an employee will receive an email and it will appear to come from the CEO or an executive of the company. Once they receive that email, it may give them instructions to send an email with a list from the company or to pay a bill owed by the company. Of course, this message came from the CEO, so the employee will follow directions and send the funds to where they're instructed to send them. Here's how business email compromise works. They identify a target. They start to groom you. They may send you some emails previously where you gain confidence in that email you're receiving and from the person you're receiving it from. Then there's an exchange of information, right? Maybe something very small. And then lastly, there's a request for you to do something like wire money or transfer funds to another location or to a person or to satisfy a bill. So examples of BEC include invoice scams, and they spoof you by making the email appear to be from an authority. In some cases in the United States, you may get an email appearing to be from the Federal Bureau of Investigations, and they need you to respond and to provide certain information. If you don't provide that information within a certain amount of time, then you will suffer a consequence. So as they engage you, they then know what will make you take a certain action, right? So they understand what motivates you. Typically, an attack targets specific employees within a company. And when a senior person is attempting to get that person to take an action, that's not out of the norm, because normally a senior person would try to get that employee to take an action. Also, consumer privacy breaches often occur as a result of the business email compromise. And so it is a growing trend, and it is costing businesses a lot of money. Again, let's look at business email compromise. An employee email account is compromised by the cyber criminal. And then the compromised account is used to notify the supplier's customer of a change to the invoice payment detail. Essentially, they reach out and they tell the supplier, and it appears to come from your company, they tell the supplier that no, from now on, pay the money to this new address. Send the money to this new account. And then next, the customer transfers their payment to the cyber criminal's account. And then lastly, the cyber criminal receives the money and the compromise is complete. And they keep doing the same thing over and over again because people do not know how to recognize when this is occurring. So how do you protect yourself? Well, number one, you have to be suspicious of these requests for this personal information. Remember, the bank will never send you an email or call you on the phone asking you to disclose personal information, such as your passwords, credit cards, debit card numbers, or those questions that you have, your secret questions, like your mother's maiden name. Also, if you install antivirus or anti-spyware, a lot of times these things work because they can identify those common types of emails that are being sent to lots of people, those spamware that are being sent to a lot of people, and they can put them in your junk file or block them before you ever see them. Third, be wary of downloads of free apps, files, programs, software, or screensavers. There was a huge increase in these types of attacks back when downloading music was really big. You could download free music from places like Napster, And when you downloaded the music, it would put malware on your computer. So be careful of all those things that are supposed to be free.